Good evening. We're here today with Scout, the gamer, the video creator. He's got 2.2 million people followers, and he also has about 3 million people on YouTube. He's a huge gamer, and we're discussing today on the 200 most influential people 2020 in Asia, and we've decided to include Scout inside this. His real name is called Tamne Singh. He's a streamer. Good afternoon, Tamne. Scout, how are you?
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, I'm good.
Good, excellent. So, Scout, just to kind of ask you first of all, as a gamer, tell me, I mean, you know what? First of all, how are you dealing with lockdown and quarantine? First of all, as a gamer, you're always behind the computer anyway, so there isn't really much difference. But as a person, how are you dealing with quarantine and lockdown in India?
So it's like two different lives. For a professional, I'm a gamer. As a professional, I'm a gamer. So it's not much difference because we are staying at home doing our work. But taking my private life is kind of hard now. You cannot go outside. You need to stay under certain rules. You need to follow certain rules. You cannot live your normal happy life. You are bounded by things. So yeah, my private life is kind of difficult, but at the same time, my professional life is kind of easier more because more people are there to watch you what you're doing.
Mm. And as an artist, you've done some amazing stuff. Your reach is incredible. When you go on your internet and you do your gaming. Now, my question to you is, how did you start your career, and what was your passion towards starting your career?
So basically, I started my career not being a creator, but being one of the best in the game. That was PUBG Mobile for me. So I never thought that I'm gonna become an influencer in future. So I entered the scenario just being a guy who wanted to be the best, and I thought that okay, let me start a YouTube and show my gameplay videos to the people, and who knows who people gonna like it or not. But at least let me give it a try. So from there, I started a YouTube, and now I am here.
And obviously, Scout, someone who's based in India now, India's got 1.2 billion people, or 1.3 billion people. Sorry, it's a very, very, very big number. Now, if people out there would love to know how we've talked about how you started, but my other question to you is, what advice would you give to young gamers out there or young influencers out there that want to do what you do? Because what you do is very hard to get to a place where people know you. It's all the time on the computer, all the time pushing and pushing and pushing, because you don't know. It probably started as a hobby for you, and then it became a career for you and a profession. What advice would you tell to people out there?
Uh, there's one rule what I follow every time is that never forget uh, for which you started your entire journey. Like when you think that you have achieved everything, that time you need to stop. But no one starts a journey with a small goal. Everyone starts the journey with a big goal which they need to keep going on. And the second rule which I follow is that never give up. No matter what happens, no matter how many obstacles come in your path, you just need to keep moving on. No matter if you go really fast or slow, but eventually you will get there. So just never give up and never forget the thing why you started your journey for.
Are you happy in your life, Scout? Are you happy in your life?
Yes, I am happy in my life. I have greater goals ahead. I need to complete it. So yes, I'm happy with the things I'm doing right now, and I'll keep doing and try to keep my audience really happy with me.
What's your plans for the future? Now you've got this great social media following on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and that kind of stuff. What do you plan to do with that platform? Are you going to continue being gaming, or are you going to move on to maybe doing, I don't know, some hair modeling? You have great hair, or would you consider?
Thanks a lot.
No, you're welcome. Or would you consider doing, I don't know, maybe getting into films or television? What would you like to do?
Honestly, I don't know what future stands for me, but what I think is that I'm living my passion right now, and I don't want to give up my passion for everything because you need to be happy on the things what you're doing.
Mm.
So if you're not happy, and I think the passion is the only thing which makes a person happy if his passion has become his profession. So I will love to continue my passion being my profession in future. But yeah, maybe in next 10 or 12 years, I may shift to a different, complete genre. Who
Wow.
knows?
Now there was a story, a breaking story recently, many situations before in lockdown, where gamers and Instagrammers were YouTube were taken away. I don't know who it was. I don't know if it was YouTube or it's some social media platform. There was a gamer that was crying. He was really upset because they took his account away. They took his all his followers away. And he had millions and millions of followers. How would you feel if that was taken away from you, Scout?
Honestly, this journey is not just about gaining subscribers and followers, but it's about getting connected to the people who follow you.
Mm,
Because when you start getting followers, you are representing them. No
mm,
matter how big or how small the number of followers they are,
mm,
they at some point they connect themselves to you.
mm,
So obviously, if it's like losing someone from your family,
mm.
so yeah, it would really hurt for me. But I don't know. It would be a really bad thing for me if someone takes away all my followers and subscribers from me, because they are not just my subscribers, but they are my family.
It seems like you have a great studio in the background.
Yeah, that's just my room.
Oh, this is fantastic. So this looks like it looks like a studio, really. To be honest, it looks fantastic. Tell me about the decorations in the back. You have this. You have a guy with a mask on. I mean, is this what does it represent? Represent you?
So yeah, that's me. That because I have one of my famous pictures, like my time in Fanatic.
Fantastic.
So I used to wear mask during the COVID, and I had really long hair at that time with completely white
Mm,
color on it. So yeah, that's one of my pictures, which everyone took it and made it animated.
mm.
And I picked some of the best pictures and made like my current logo of my channel and Instagram is the same animated picture of my real one. So yeah, there's one famous picture of mine, which all the people loved it. So I made it my logo.
Tell me about your life. I want to know more. As a journalist, I meet
Uh,
fantastic. I meet fantastic people like you every day. Really great people. People I'm so interested to talk to because you guys are the new generation. YouTube, Instagram. You guys are the most powerful people on the internet. So my question to you is, what's the? We've talked about your career, right? Yeah, what you're planning to do, but when it comes to you being you. What do you do when you're not working, when you're not on the computer, when you're not sitting by the computer playing games? What does Scout like to do? What does Tamne Singh like to do? What does Mr. Singh like to do every day just to relax? Does he go for dinner? Does he go for lunch? Does he go for cocktails with friends? What do you like to do in your spare time?
So it's like there's a complete different character when you come to Scout and Tanmay. So Scout is a guy who just wants to win and entertain and chill out with the audience and viewers he have on internet, a social media lifestyle.
Hmm.
But when it comes to Tanmay, he's a complete different guy. He's a chilling out guy who loves adventure, who loves his friends, who loves to travel around the globe. So normally, like if you don't know, I was a professional footballer before. I was
Hmm.
a professional football player, but due to some injuries, I had to stop it. So
Mhm.
yeah, I always love to spend time with my football. So whenever I get time, I just go out on the ground or my terrace. I take my football and just roam around with the ball.
How
And moreover, I
do you miss?
yeah,
Do you
sorry.
do you miss playing football? Do you miss playing football?
Yes, obviously, like still my one of my like everyone has their to-do list. So I still have one dream. I need to play that 90-minute game on a big stadium with thousands of people around me. That's my dream. One day I don't know, I'm gonna make it come true.
And also, I have to ask you another question, another deep question. Now, as a YouTuber and someone who's very influential, there's going to be people out there that want to be your friend. They just want to say, "Oh, Tamni, come on, I want to be your best friend today," because you have all these kind of influences. Are you prepared for that? Are you used to that now, knowing that people are going to try and there are a lot because no disrespect to anybody out there, but there's something called fake. Fake. People are very fake in this world. When they see someone who's got an influence, they think, wow, I want to hang out with them. Are you prepared for that? Or do you experience that all the time? And how do you deal with it?
So at my beginning career, I experienced lots of these fake people, and what I think is that at the start I was not ready for all this. I never knew that okay, these kind of people even exist because I was just a kid when I started. But now it's like I have already seen pretty much of it, and I know how the world runs. So you need to hang out with everyone, but you need to choose your friends. You need to be very choosy out there. So yes, I know who are on my side.
Brilliant. And what about your family? What kind of support do they give to you every day?
Yeah, they are now like they're really happy now. But at the start, it's a like in India, esports is not that big, so every family is like insecure about their child's career, that what he's gonna do if he's gaming. So it was same with my family. They were like, "You're just gaming. What's your career? How are you gonna sustain your lifestyle?" So I said,
But you're making great money now, which is fantastic.
yeah. So yeah, now they are like, okay, now they see that I have the potential to live my life happily in future. So like, okay, just do whatever you like, just follow your dream. It's fun. So yeah, thanks for believing me now.
That's brilliant. And any kind of message you want to say to your fans out there before we finish this conversation? Anything you want to say to your fans or anybody, all these people that supported you for so many years? And also, any message to your fellow footballers out there, your footballers when you were playing with them? What would you like to tell them as well?
So I just want one single message to all my fans and all the viewers out there, that keep believing in me. I'll keep entertaining you guys, and I'll always keep, your belief and your hopes high
Mm,
whenever you follow me up. And
brilliant.
my football mates out there, yes, I still love them a lot. I play with them, and yeah, I'm recently making some good friends out there. Some good friends from professional football.
Brilliant. Fantastic. And last couple of questions for you, and then I'll let you continue your great day. I don't want to take your time too much, Scout. Um, right. So there was in India, there was a big breaking news story, right? Yeah, big, massive breaking news story. We had, just kind of Irfan Khan that passed away. You had Rishi Kapoor that passed away. Now, obviously, as a YouTuber, you will always see the news popping up all the time. So, and I think it's important to kind of talk to celebrities about it, because then when you talk to celebrities about it and what their answer, it will affect 20 other people. It will affect their thinking. So my question to you is, there is a big thing going on in India with a guy called Shushan Singh. Very big, very, very, very big story. Now, you had the great Vikas Khanna, top chef in India that raised 25 million meals. People like that did fantastic. But Shushan Singh was a really, really good looking boy, brilliant actor, but then sadly passed away. Really sad situation. When you heard about that, Scout, what did you feel?
Like I have, like for me, being a teenager and a normal middle class guy, so I have been watching Sushant from the start when he had his debut in Bollywood. Like one of his movie is Dhoni, which I was personally connected. When I heard this news, I was like, I was literally in tears because he was one of my favorites. And losing someone so close, like obviously I have never met him, but you stay connected with him, whom I really felt like it shouldn't have happened, because 2020 has already been a bad year, and slowly the people whom you admire, whom you look forward to, are just leaving you from here. So yes, I really feel bad till now.
And last question for you, and then we're going to leave you alone and let you get on with it. Um, if it wasn't for gaming, Scout, now, if it wasn't for gaming and if it wasn't for football, what do you think your life would have turned out in? If you didn't do, if you after, actually, you know what? After football, when you had your injuries, what if it wasn't for gaming and YouTube and making great money on social media? What do you think was your lifeline? Where do you think your life was going to be taken after this? Where do you think, would you be a doctor? Would you have been a lawyer? Would you have been a dentist? What do you think you would have turned out to be?
Like honestly, if I wouldn't be taking gaming, I would pursue my football again. I would just wait for my recovery. I'll just work hard as much as I can, because I never give up. That's my thing. I don't give up.
And do you
So
have,
I would just
and all your friends, all your friends that are all on gaming and YouTube, etc. Do you have good relationships with them? Good friendship where you can sit down and not talk about gaming. You can talk about basketball, football, rugby, cricket. Let's go for cinema. Let's go and talk about, I don't know. Let's go and talk about something else. Doesn't have to always talk about. Do you have friends that you can go to and just be you, just be Tamne Singh?
Yes, I have lots of friends. As I told you, I love to hang out with everyone, but be choosy with some. So yeah, I have a couple of friends whom I trust the most, and I spend most of my time with them. I trust them so that yeah, we go out, we chill out, we go to clubs, we go hang out, we go for adventures, we play soccer. Yeah, I have played plenty of things to do with them.
And last question for you. There is a British YouTuber called KSI. Have you heard of him? KSI
Yeah, yeah, I heard of him.
and Logan Paul. So KSI is a
Yeah.
good friend. KSI is a good friend of mine.
Okay.
Now, my question to you is: would you ever consider now collaborating with British, YouTubers and coming over there and bringing your entire empire to England?
I would love to do that. Recently, I had a collab with Dr. Disrespect out there.
Wow.
So yeah, I would love to do with KSI too.
And what's your favorite country in the world, Scout? What's your favorite country in the world?
Like I have lots of countries to visit, so I have not a single favorite country because I've seen them in movies and pictures, but I haven't been there. So I have a list of countries where I want to visit.
What
So
about
yeah, there's not.
what about London? Would you ever want to visit London?
I would love to visit London.
Brilliant. Excellent. Okay. Well, Mr. Scout, I want to say thank you so much for your time. I hope I didn't take too much of your time. I
I loved the interview, to be honest. I loved it.
good. And Ali, you know what? Because you like the interview, I'm going to ask you one more question then while you're there. One more question. Because I think your fans, I'm going to ask you 5 fan questions.
Okay, sure.
Fan question. All your fans are going to know this.
Okay.
What's your favorite food? What do you like to make in the morning or the afternoon? What's your kind of food that you eat on a daily basis?
Like I follow up a strict schedule of diet, so like it's in my thing because I've been following it from years. So my morning breakfast is normally like peanut butter, brown bread, eggs, and banana, or
Brilliant.
any fruit out there. Yeah, and I love meat. So basically, I eat fried chickens and stuff a lot.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's my yeah.
And if you had any chance to meet a Bollywood star, I'm sure you have met Bollywood actors in your career, but if you've ever decided to ever work with a Bollywood star, who's one Bollywood star that you would like to work with in the future? In case, just imagine for collaboration for a YouTube, for a video, for a content, or be in a film or television, whatever.
So for me, I would love to work with Ranveer Singh because he has lots of energy. He's just the guy.
Everybody says. And also, what's your okay? So if you had to choose out of biryani or you had to choose out of paneer, what would you like?
Biryani, obviously, but
Yeah.
biryani is the thing. It's chicken out there.
Lovely. And if I can you and if a fan asked you, and when you're down the street, right? Yeah, and when you're walking down the street, I'm sure people try and say, "Oh look, there's Scout. Oh look, there's Can they sing all the time? Oh, bro, can I have a picture?" Now, how do you deal with that? Do you just accept it and go, "Yep, let's take a picture," or do you just say, "Nope, I don't want to take any more pictures today"?
So for me, I can bear till some amount. Like okay, I can take like 20 pictures, but above that, it makes a chaos around the area. So I don't want to make a chaos in public. And yeah, we do organize meet and greets that people can come and meet me personally, but in public, I prefer to have a bit of private life. But now it's normal for me because I'm getting used to that thing. But at start, when I was getting annoyed because I cannot live my normal life out there. I cannot go out to grocery and get some food
Mm.
because if I go, there will be a couple of people surrounding me. That's okay. That's okay if like 3 or 4 people are around. But when there's more than 20, it's not only bad for me, but also the surrounding environment, the other people who are there just for living their normal life.
And also, just to kind of ask you now, when Logan Paul and KSI had a fight, they had a boxing fight.
Yeah.
Now, Logan Paul lost, KSI won. He won. They drew the first time, I believe. I think so. And then the second time, he beat the hell out of him. So, what would you like to tell Logan Paul and KSI? What message would you like to tell them both?
Like, what should I tell him? Like, yeah, that was a great fight to be honest. And yes, there can be a second round where Logan Paul can come back and give it a tough fight again, or maybe the results would be something else. Who
Hmm.
knows? Okay, it's a fight, it's a game. No one knows the result. The best will
I feel like
overcome.
I feel like I put a bit of pressure on you there. Yeah, you are funny, man. You're a cool guy. Now I'm gonna ask you 2 more questions, and then we are done.
Yeah, sure.
If you had a chance to buy, okay, what's your favorite car? What kind of car do you like?
Lamborghini.
Okay, right. And if you had 10 minutes left, if you had 10 minutes left on this planet, what would you do?
Uh, I would meet my family first, and I would just sit in a very peaceful place before 10 minutes because I don't want to end my life with a chaotic surrounding. I need to be in peace, chill
Yeah.
out. Okay, I'm gonna die. It's fine. Let me just chill out, be calm. Okay, bye bye, world. I'm going. Ta-da. And just go.
And last question for you. Would you be interested in mentoring young people? Because in India, like I said before, there are people called the local people, common people, etc. I believe that's a disgusting word, to be honest. I'm going to be honest with you, Scout. I think this common word, this local thing, is disgusting. I think that needs to change now in India. He's a local, he's a common, he's a fucking rich. I think it's disgusting the way people talk. I think that's terrible. I think everyone should be equal the way they are. But if we're going to use them horrible words, them disgusting words, we're going to say, okay, the local people. Now, people from Paraganj, people from Delhi, and people from Chhatarpur. Not Gurgaon, but from Mumbai, but not the most richest areas. Would you be?
Basically, the slum parts,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. The horrible word that
Yeah,
the everybody uses, slum, and it's a really bad way.
yeah.
What would you like to tell your local people in India? Forget about being an artist now. Let's put the celebrity status to the side. What would you like to tell your local Indian people that are going through coronavirus right now, that are losing money, that don't even have money to buy nariyal pani or watermelon or roti or dal or anything, because making no money? Auto drivers are all messed up, or tuk-tuk drivers, they're all making no money. The local people are not making no. What would you like to tell your local Indian people right now that are all in lockdown for 6 months and are making zero money? What would you like to tell them?
Like, see, I would do everything in my power to help them, but I would just tell them one message that we are all into this together.
Hmm,
Just be strong, be have the hopes high because we are all into this together, and government is doing their best to help them, and hopefully we can come out of some good solution where the local people, which is not a good term, but yeah, the guys who are in trouble right now will be given relief by providing some good services by the government, some food, shelter, and everything else.
brilliant. And last question for you. What would you like to say to your mum and dad out there? I'm sure they've supported you in your bad times and good times. Your sister, your grandfather, your uncle, your didi, your daiji, whatever. What would you
Yeah.
like to tell your family for all the support they've ever given you, and also been there on your bad times as well?
So I would just thank my family for believing me. That's the most important thing that is a must for a guy's career, that he needs to have the support and a belief. The word believe is a very big term. They need to have that on their kid. So yes, I'm really blessed and I'm really happy that my parents believe me, and I'm thanking you again for keeping all the hopes high. And here I am, and I'll keep bring your heads up.
Scout, I want to say thank you so much for your time today, and I really appreciate it. I'm going to be happily to submit you on the 200 most influential people alongside all the top cricketers, all the top chefs, all the top designers, all the top athletes around the world. Neeraj Chopra, Geeta Poga, Sania, Wasim Akram, Shahid Afridi. You're alongside all these great people. Thank you so much for your time today. And congratulations on all your success. And it's great to be friends with you. Love to meet you when I come to India. Be great to meet up and have dinner and go for biryani. I mean, I know you like biryani, so we'll go for biryani.
Sure, I'll be waiting for that day.
Yeah,
I would love, we would love and go different types of biryani, to be honest.
we'll have a laugh, my bro. Scout, thank you so much for your time today. I will be sending you an official poster
Yeah,
with
sure.
your name on it, and I will be presenting it to you. It'll be signed by the New York Press News Agency, and it's an official poster to you to say that you are certified as a top person in India.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for having me here.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Give me one sec.
Yeah.
Give me one sec.